I'm quite ill, but I'm gonna try recording this anyway. I can't really put it off much longer. What about my outfit? Is this better? Is this what you want, you sick fucks? Hi there, boys, girls, and boys in betweens, and welcome to another episode of My Camera Is, like, kind of crooked. Can you please find it in your hearts to forgive me for that? I'm doing my best out here. So in the comments of my VeggieTales video, I got this comment that says, Bob the tomato and I had cucumber should have kissed, not gonna lie. And my response was that at 400 subscribers, I'd draw them kissing, and lo and behold, we reached that goal. So here it is. I know the whole, like, NFT thing's kind of gone out of practice now, but I do really think this could be worth something in, like, a matter of months. As long as we all, like, agree not to screenshot it. Spancake Fandom, you know I appreciate you all a lot. Just, can we all agree that this will not be screenshotted? You will buy this for $1 billion US, or like, give me a beer. And the astute among you may notice that my set has changed, and that's because I'm actually being an academic. I say while speaking to my phone for a YouTube channel that has only 400 subscribers. But yes, I'm studying for university in the dark, dingy depths of Newcastle to crawl out of the fiery hells of unemployment. Speaking of dark, dingy depths, the video topic. You guys like that segue? I thought it was a really good one. It's right off the top of my head too. It's like right now. That popped into my head like as I was recording. It was really good, wasn't it? Hi there, folks. So I'm editing this, and I'm just realizing during the editing process, these mics are absolute dog shit. And even when filming this disclaimer about the mic, I've had to re-record it several times because my mic died on me. And the mics died midway through the recording of this video. I had to re-record the entire second half of it. But regardless, I just want to say I'm wearing chains throughout the duration of this video, so anytime I move, there's significant mic interference, and I wanted to issue my formal apologies about that. I've tried everything I can to fix it, but nothing really works, so I'm just going to give this little disclaimer here and hope that you guys can put up with it, because I think this is a pretty good video. It's just kind of ruined by the mic quality. I'm going to remedy this by either not wearing chains for videos again, not using these mics again for videos and just going micless like I was before, or buying a new mic, which is easier said than done. I hope that you guys can put up with it for this video. That's completely on me, guys, but I hope you enjoy. Back to it. That's all, folks. For some reason, my viewers really like it when I talk about really obscure, lost media type shit. The other day, the memory of a certain piece of media popped into my head, something that I thought that I made up, created out of my own unknown psyche. But no, it's actually a real thing. And unlike the other things that I've covered in this kind of depth, it's not some kind of online obscure media. It's a mainstream TV show called The Trapdoor. And apparently it's actually really well liked. But basically, you might be thinking, Pancake, The Trapdoor, are you off your meds? And I would say yes. And also, The Trapdoor is a British stop-motion claymation show that aired from 1984 to 1986. So not like a huge runtime, only across the course of 2 years. And it didn't have like a whole lot of content either. It only had 2 seasons, with 25 episodes in season 1 and 15 episodes in season 2, with a total of 40 episodes across the entire show, and those episodes only spanned across like 4 minutes each, so it really wasn't a long show at all, hence why I was able to watch it in its entirety for preparation of this video. It's interesting to note that the show was created by Terry Bryan, who's the creator of stuff such as Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run, leaving this as one of his most least well-known works compared to the other massive box office successes that are the other ones. And it really like takes on that same style with that kind of like homemade claymation stop motion kind of feel to it, although it lacks the like charming music and upbeat environments that those ones have. The plot is kind of bare bones. It's not like Breaking Bad level or anything. It revolves around the main trio, Burke, Boney, and Drut, as servants for their boss called the Thing Upstairs, which is a thing that lives upstairs. I have a great YouTube channel. Holy shit. And throughout the course of the show, the entire conflict revolves around what comes out of the trapdoor that they are warned not to open. And I say warned not to open, but in episode 1, season 1 of the show, the Thing Upstairs literally gives Burke the idea to open the trapdoor in the first place.
Burke, are you fiddling about with that trapdoor?
Oh, no, sir. Certainly not, sir. No, as if I would.
Don't.
He wasn't going to do that if you didn't give him that idea. It was kind of productive, Mr. Thing Upstairs. Hey, so I'm like really rich. I'm like really, really rich. And I have like a bag of like valuables because I'm rich and I'm rich as fuck. Right. And I'm gonna leave it here. Don't take it because I'm really rich and it has like a lot of valuable rich. I wasn't even going to. Don't take it. Okay. Don't even think about taking it. I got you. If you take it, you'll have taken it. Okay. Like, don't take it. There's so much valuable shit in here. Don't even think about taking it. Don't even think about taking it. Thank you. I think maybe I might take that. Although I'm getting ahead of myself. One thing that I think is more well remembered and iconic than the show itself is the opening song to the show, which is apparently, from what I could find, designed to be a kind of parody of like classic 90s horror flicks, but it goes hard regardless.
Down there.
The setting for almost the entire show takes place in the basement of the Thing Upstairs castle, a dark, dingy, gothic atmosphere with a really striking lack of sound design other than dripping rain and thunder, and maybe the odd atmospheric buzz every once in a while. Some episodes do deviate from this atmosphere, like being set in a swamp or in the Thing's garden, but all of those episodes do kind of keep the same type of color palette and sound design, and overall just kind of the same vibe. It's not a show with a very happy or upbeat atmosphere, in contrast to the actual content of the show itself. Some other entities aside from the main trio might be in the background, just kind of passive, such as worms running out the trapdoor that Drut just silently eats, which is a thing that I love about this show, is that they do that kind of smiling friends type humor. And something that adds to the atmosphere of the show is that whenever Burke tells a joke, he starts staring at the camera for about 5 minutes.
Well, on reflection, I think that worked quite well.
Which I think is very effective in the humor of the show. I should really start doing that for my YouTube channel. Trapdoor, I hardly know her. The setting overall, I'd say, is like a very isolated and cut-off atmosphere, with the three main characters for the most part being the only ones on screen sharing a set, and the empty gothic atmosphere that really rings true of classic 90s horror flick. I cannot keep sitting like this. Now, don't get me wrong, The Trapdoor is not a horror show in the slightest. It doesn't even try to be. But for something that's aimed at a much younger demographic, I am very impressed with how much it goes the extra mile with kind of creating that nostalgic yet horror-filled atmosphere of classic horror movies. In terms of characters, this show usually follows the main trio, the first of which being the main character Burke.
Yes, your wobble wobbliness.
Who's the servant of the Thing Upstairs, the guy who's usually ordered to do things.
Where's my breakfast?
Yes, sire. Oh, certainly, sire. Great bags full of it, sire.
It's shown in episode 2 that he can only count to 7.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't remember the rest.
And while he seems really timid and lovely, he shows a lot of violent tendencies, such as murdering the yellow thing from the trapdoor in episode 1 for literally no exaggeration, no reason.
Go on. Here you go. Here you go. Chef special coming up, sire.
Yum, yum, yum. Ooh, parts of that were excellent.
He's expressed his love for bonking many times.
Right. It's bonking time. I loves a bit of bonking.
Which is not a British sex thing as much as it sounds like it. Although he does show a lot of traits of sexual deviancy.
Oh, look. He's got a little hole in the top of his head. Guess what I'm going to do now?
Now, Boney is my favourite character. He's a human skull from the trapdoor. Well, according to the game, he's from the trapdoor. But what's interesting to note is that it's never said where the skull is from. Top 10 trapdoor creepypasta. Boney's eyes turned photorealistic and blood spilled out of them. He doesn't really do anything. He just kind of sits there. He's usually the voice of reason, but then also he just doesn't give a single shit about anything.
Happy, Boney? No, Burke, I'm not at all happy. I am bored. I said I'm D-I-M. Dim, yes, very true. We're just going down the swamp to do a spot of fishing. And I don't want to go. I'm cold and I'm bored and I want to go home.
And he says my favourite line in the entire show, he should have his own cookery program on the television. And also Boney is 100% in a gay relationship with one of the monsters from the trapdoor called Rog.
Hello. My name's Rog. Good old Rog. He certainly brightened up my day.
This is not a headcanon, this is 100% confirmed. I've even drawn fan art of them, it's too late, it's confirmed, it's a real thing. Boney and Rog are in a gay relationship.
My name's Rog. Good old Rog. Hello, Rog. Hello, Boney. We can hide from Burke up here. It makes a pleasant change.
Now the final of the three characters is Drut, who somehow does less than Boney does. He doesn't speak, doesn't have any spoken lines, he just runs around eating things, and he just dies constantly. That's his thing, is that he dies in every episode. Now the Trapdoor superfans among you might be thinking, hey Pancake, what about the thing upstairs? You haven't talked about the thing upstairs. And okay, calm down, get to it. The thing upstairs is never seen in any of the episodes, adds a bit of mystique to the show, you know. But characteristics of his character are mentioned, such as in episode 13, Burke asks him which head has a toothache, and in episode 14, lightning illuminates his tentacles and it's mentioned that he has 3 eyes. And in season 2, episode 5, we see that one of those eyes is the size of Burke himself. And finally, in season 2, episode 9, the thing has 3 humps on its back. Now, we are never shown what he looks like. But I think that using all of this information that I got off wikipedia.com, I can perfectly recreate what the creators intended the thing upstairs to look like. I think I've made a brilliant artist rendition, and I would like to share it with you. I would like this to be the official piece of character art for the thing upstairs, because I think I've absolutely nailed what he is supposed to look like. I think this is a brilliant interpretation of the thing upstairs. I've gotten a few details wrong, actually. You see, I've framed this shot so that the water is closer to the camera than I am, because, you know, we humans are 95% water, so this is symbolic, because that's me. Now, in terms of voice acting, since this had a British production by British creators, much like Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run, the voice acting consists of usually very heavy northern British accents. However, when looking at the IMDb page for the Trapdoor, I could only find records of 2 voice actors. William Rushton, who voices Boney and Burke, and Nick Shipley, who voices Drut. Voices. William Rushton has been in a lot of movies and TV shows, none of which I recognize, but one which catches my eye, a TV show called Tickle on the Tum. Nice to know his skills have been used in quality content. However, on Nick Shipley's end, I can't really find anything out about him. The only thing is Drut in the Trapdoor, which is a shame that his little weird noises didn't get the recognition they deserved. Well, that concludes all the information I can find around the TV show itself. That does not stop this rabbit hole from continuing. Because in 1986, following the end of Trapdoor, Piranha Software released 2 games for the Commodore 64, so nobody played them, and they were called, quite creatively, The Trapdoor and Into the Trapdoor. The Trapdoor video game's gameplay revolves around you playing as Burke, with the thing upstairs asking you to make meals for him specifically. However, the gameplay itself just revolves around just walking into different rooms and picking up objects. It is just kind of a walking simulator and doesn't really look all that interesting in terms of revolutionary gameplay. Over the course of the game, the thing lasts for 4 meals, these being a can of worms from the Trapdoor, crushed eyeballs which grow as plants, boiled slimes from the swamp, and a fried egg. Now, the game doesn't look great. It's visually, for lack of a better word, disgusting. And it has no music, the only sound design being Drut being fucking annoying as shit. However, this must have been a really widely renowned game because it got a sequel called Into the Trapdoor. Now, information about Into the Trapdoor is really scarce, scarcer than information about the show itself. But its Wikipedia listed it to be a platformer, so I thought, oh, maybe like a cool like Mario-style game, but with Trapdoor characters. That sounds really interesting, and I looked up a walkthrough of it, and it's just another walking simulator. However, in this game, you finally get to see what the inside of the Trapdoor looks like. 2 seasons, 40 episodes, hyping up this one focal point, the massive trapdoor that takes up 50% of the set space, and this game finally shows you what the inside of it looks like. Strap in, buckle in, sit down, stand up. I'm going to show you what the inside of the trapdoor looks like. Prepare yourselves mentally. This is what the inside of the trapdoor looks like. Yeah, it's kind of shit. Trapdoor, more like trap bore. You should have his own cookery. And with that, that's all the information I can find about the Trapdoor TV show. I took a very experimental approach for shooting this video with like different shots. I don't know if that's a thing I'm going to continue doing, but it's a thing that I thought would be fun, so I hope you found it entertaining. This show is really hard to find anything out about. I could have just done an episode breakdown, but I do think this show is worth checking out on your own accord. It is really good, and all the episodes are free here on YouTube. I'll link them in the description. Please subscribe to me, because this was very difficult to do. Doing these deep dive videos means that it's really hard to find topics for it. Thank you to Miles for recommending this topic for me. If you want to recommend a topic that I should look into, you can follow my Instagram, link in the description, or the comment section is there. You could leave a comment if you'd like. The support on the Charlie the State video especially was astounding. And I think I have an actual sub goal in mind. I didn't want to get ahead of myself and do like a subscriber goal. But if we get to 1,000, I will attempt to figure out how Twitch works, and I will try and stream that. If there's a market for it, if people want that, then I will do that at 1,000. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to me. I'm the best YouTube channel on the website. That's it for now. As always, you're welcome.